Have you ever closed your eyes after a long gaming session and still seen the game playing in your mind? That's not just your imagination, it's something far deeper. Welcome to the Tetris Effect. The Tetris Effect is a fascinating psychological phenomenon where repetitive activity, especially visual or motor-based, starts to rewire how we perceive the world. The name comes from the iconic game Tetris, where players rotate falling blocks to form complete lines. It's addictive, simple, and hypnotic. But here's the twist. People who played it long enough began seeing those falling blocks even when they weren't playing, in their dreams. On the subway, in the shower. That's the Tetris Effect in action. But this isn't just about gaming. It's a window into how our brains adapt, sometimes too well, to patterns, behaviors, and routines. When you play Tetris for hours, your brain learns to optimize space, patterns, and sequences. You begin to subconsciously apply that logic to everything. Books on a shelf, groceries on a rack, clouds in the sky. Your mind begins Tetrising the real world. So what's really happening in the brain? Cognitive scientists explain that the Tetris effect is a form of neuroplasticity, where the brain is reshaping itself based on experience. It's similar to when you learn a new language or start playing an instrument. The more you practice, the more your brain rewires. But in the case of Tetris, the repetition is so visual and intense, it bleeds into our subconscious. Some players have even reported dreaming in Tetris blocks or feeling their hands twitch in the game's rhythm while resting. This phenomenon isn't exclusive to gaming. Ever binge a TV show and start thinking like the characters? Or read a suspense novel and suddenly view everyday situations with dramatic tension? That's the same cognitive loop. Taxi drivers in London, for instance, develop a larger hippocampus, the brain's navigation center, due to memorizing the city's complex map. Surgeons report mentally rehearsing operations in their dreams. Chess players see the board in real life. It's all tied to how our repeated focus reshapes our mental world. Now here's where it gets deeper. The Tetris effect has a positive side. It teaches us that our thoughts and focus can shape our perception. Just like playing Tetris trains the brain to spot patterns, if we focus on gratitude, kindness, or goals, our mind starts seeking those out too. This is why habits like journaling or visualization are so powerful. They reprogram our default thinking. This is known as positive Tetris effect, where repetitive focus on uplifting or productive thoughts begins to change how we see the world. But there's a flip side. Negative Tetris effect. If you're constantly stuck in a loop of anxiety, negative self-talk, or fear, your brain may start applying that filter to everything. You begin to expect the worst, even when there's no real danger. The world starts looking like a puzzle you can't solve. So how can we use the Tetris effect to our advantage? First, notice your patterns. What are you feeding your brain every day? News, social media, arguments, or inspiration, learning, and growth? Second, be intentional. Just like players get better at Tetris through repetition, you can train your brain to focus on positive outcomes, creative solutions, and gratitude. Third, take breaks. While the Tetris effect shows the power of focus, too much of anything can distort reality. Make sure to reset, rest, and breathe. In fact, modern psychologists are exploring how the Tetris effect might be used therapeutically. Some studies have found that playing Tetris after a traumatic event may reduce flashbacks, as the game engages visual spatial processing and helps override painful mental images. Isn't that incredible? So next time you find yourself mentally arranging boxes or reviewing a conversation in loops, remember, it's not weird. It's your brain adapting, evolving, and absorbing your habits. The Tetris effect is both a warning and a gift. It shows how much power we hold when we control our inputs. If this blew your mind even a little, hit that like button and subscribe for more brain-bending psychology insights. Drop a comment telling me if you have ever experienced the Tetris effect in your life. Maybe after gaming, working, or studying. Let's talk about it in the comments. Your brain is powerful. Let's train it to see greatness.